What?
Wow. What is that?
That?
I'll tell everybody at once.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Story.
Oh,
And we're
real
in
house
the
story.
God, we left one story one time.
We're,
and a
yeah,
lot of
we're
mosquitoes.
like where we walked through over there. That's the one. That's where the water table's at.
Oh,
That's the
really?
surface.
And a lot of mosquitoes.
That is pretty flippin' awesome.
Need a pen? Okay. Thank you. You got it, man.
Let me back up just a little.
That's in Missouri, right? Lindenwood? Yeah, I had a buddy that played football there. Way back in the day.
Oh.
These really weird looking plants right down there. There's a bunch of them. Look, there's more out there behind him.
All right. This is a wet prairie.
Sorry.
This is probably one of the best and most abundant ecosystems that we have here at the park. Probably not most abundant, but probably one of the best. There's lots of diversity in here. As you can see, most of the green grass you see is wiregrass through there, interspersed with some various other stuff. And then we have these gems here. Does anybody want to venture a guess as to what those are? This is the flower, by the way.
They're not pitcher plants.
They are pitcher plants.
Are they really?
These are yellow or trumpet pitcher plants.
Really?
Interesting. Nice.
So this is the flower that is getting ready to burst out.
Okay.
They have a really unique flower in that in order to prevent bees and other pollinators from self-pollinating the plant, they have to come in one way and exit out another. So they come in, deposit, and then exit out and pick up. So that the flower is structured that way. And so we burned this year. This area was burned back in I think January, sometime in January.
And that's why it looks fresh.
And we actually burned it the year before too as part of a class. Just this little section here. This prairie actually goes up on the other side of that grass at an angle towards 98. It's really big. It's really big on the north side over there too. But these are just now starting to flower, and they're just now starting to get their pitchers. So these will grow up and be nice and tall in a big clump, and they'll be yellow, and they'll have a nice hood on the top. So these plants will secrete a nice juicy substance along the lip, and it'll attract insects to it, and when they go down into the flower to get it, they get trapped in like rainwater and an enzyme. They fall to the bottom, and then the plant digests it. That's how they get the nitrogen. This is very nitrogen poor through here. These will also attract other things like frogs, certain kinds of moths, spiders.
Scorpions?
Nope.
No.
No, not out
It's
of
not
here.
dry enough.
But they will sit. So these trumpets get kind of big. They get up to about this tall, and they will sit on the lips, or sometimes just on the inside of the pitcher itself, and have a free meal. They know that it's sort of like a light on your porch. They know that stuff is attracted to it, and so they will come in.
There's several different kinds of grass, and I was looking at this one here.
Not sure. I'm not very good with grasses. Just the wiregrass and the
wiregrass.
chalky blue stem, which I haven't seen.
Which is what you're stepping on.
But also in here you'll get, and I don't see any around, which is kind of odd. Sundew, which is small and grows flat on the ground. They have kind of pads that you'll see. There's like dew all over it. Looks like dew, and that's sticky. That'll attract small insects. Threadleaf sundew, which grow like a little grass with a little curl at the end. Same thing. They secrete along the length of their stem. And if you look through here, you'll see pitcher plants all through here.
Yeah, I can see them now.
Mostly the yellow trumpets. There's some parrot pitcher plants, which are smaller, grow closer to the ground. And then in the summertime, we'll get pine lilies in here, barber's buttons, a whole host of various neat-looking things throughout the year. But these are very productive for eating lots and lots of insects. These areas like this. Sometimes you'll hear people refer to them as a pitcher plant bog, but it's a wet prairie because it's wet most of the year. It can be dry. As you see, it drains down there towards the cypress dome down there, but it tends to be mushy. There's a hardpan layer under all this that traps water close to the surface, and so it keeps water from draining through the sand. Whereas like out on the dunes, that water drains through really quick.
A hard pan layer?
Hard pan layer. It's a peat layer.
Peat. Okay, so it's like a sponge.
It
kinda holds the
it's
water.
Really woody. Yeah, it's not really a sponge. It's really woody. It's the old forest. It's basically the floor of the old forest. All this stuff died and hardens up under the ground. That's what holds our dune lakes in, which we're headed now. But it also what holds the water in here in sort of a lens close to the surface. So like the areas like the road will drain fast, but these areas like this, kind of a little bit of a depression, and the water just stays. So it all depends on how close the water table is. As you can see, we crossed through that drainage back there where the water was. That's that drainage coming down through the cypress dome and is making its way out into Campbell Lake. So.
Did you guys pick up on what he said as far as the soil components
Peat.
about these pitcher plants?
Nitrogen
poor.
Nitrogen poor.
Guess what insects are made out of?
Nitrogen.
Large amount of nitrogen. Amino acids that make up proteins that make up insects. That's a major component. So they supplement their nourishment that they're lacking from the soil with insects. So they don't get all their nourishment. They draw some from the soil, but sundews, pitcher plants, that's why they grow in nitrogen poor soils, because they're able to draw nutrients from insects and supplement.
Nice.
Yes, and our soil is very poor. Has anybody tried to grow anything in the state of Florida?
I'm from New Jersey.
That's a garden state.
Sad.
What's
Yep.
the name of the enzyme that dissolves?
I don't know.
Oh, see, I'm recording you.
Here's a lavender here.
Hilarious.
Here's a little lavender.
Oh.
Lavender?
Violet.
It's a lavender. I'm not sure which species.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Violet.
Violet. I'm sorry. Purple. It's purple.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't look like lavender.
No, not lavender. Violet. We have a couple different species of the grow around here as well.